He screams at the top of his lungs, "Go! Run!" And my friend and I have never run faster in my life. Hey! What's up, you guys? My name is Ashlyn Burns. My flashlight is on. My name is Ashlyn Burns, if you don't know me, and today I am going to be telling you guys one of my favorite stories ever that I've ever had. And one of the craziest things that I have ever lived through, and honestly I don't know how I'm still alive. I don't know if I should still be alive. So this story, this banner in the back actually is part of it. I actually got that at the concert that this story happened. And no, the title is not clickbait. The hotel clerk actually did save my life 100%. I would not be here. Not only would I not be here, one of my really good friends probably would not be here if it was not for that hotel clerk. And so this story starts in August of 2017, but like I'm not quite sure, don't quote me on that. And it was my first time seeing Panic at the Disco in concert, and I was so excited because Panic is literally my favorite band on the planet. I mean, why else would I have a giant flag hanging in my room? But there was this concert in like a big city town thing that was close to where I live. It was maybe like 4 hours away. And so me and my best friend, we're both really enjoy this band, and so we decide to drive with my mom and we take a trip to this bigger city, and we are going to see this concert together. And it turned out to be a really great concert, one of like the best concerts that I've ever been to. The next time I'm definitely going to be spending like a whole bunch of money to sit way up close in front. But so it was great. The concert was awesome until until the very end. So we had my mom, she knows that it's probably not the greatest idea, but like she has apologized and it was really funny. My mom had gone to sleep early because she always likes to go to bed early, and my friend and I, we wanted to stay up and watch the tour buses leave because our hotel room was like right across the street from the venue, and so we could see like the people like in all their tour stuff. And of course we're not gonna be like those crazy people who are like gonna go out and try to like harass them, but we just wanted to like see if we could this sounds so creepy, see if we could like catch a glimpse of Brendan or whatever. That's the singer in Panic at the Disco. And so we decide to go downstairs because I have my flag, she has like, we got a whole bunch of merch, and so we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna like watch from the window. And so you gotta bear with me for a second. So in this hotel, there is the big lobby, and there's the receptionist desks are over here. And then there's the doors right here that are like the sliding doors, and then there's like this little area, this little, I don't know, like foyer kind of, this little area that goes like this and then it turns, and then there's another sliding doors right here, and then that leads outside. So there's a door right here and a door right here, and then here's the lobby. And the first door you can get in no matter what. And then the second door, after like a certain amount, I think it was after like 1 a.m. or 2 or maybe midnight, I'm not quite sure. At some point in the nighttime, they lock that door so you can only get in with a key. And this was after that time, and so we decided to go downstairs, and we couldn't really see from the lobby, so we had the bright idea to walk out into the little foyer area in between these two doors, because there's the door right here, the door right here, and then there's a window right here, and then there's the street, and then there's the tour buses. So we're standing in front of the window watching the tour buses. And we were so excited, we were just sitting there waiting, and we're like, okay, maybe like in a few more minutes we're probably gonna go back inside, because we had lost hope that we were ever going to see anybody. So we are sitting there and we're waiting for like however long amount of time. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning at this point, I think. And we're like, you know what? There is this creepy guy over there. There's actually plenty of creepy people because this is like downtown, and it's kind of where, and it's of course 2 o'clock in the morning. Smart people. And it was just kind of in a creepy area. Like there was lots of people coming out, like you could tell, like a lot of druggies, like yikes. And so not safe. And so we were in this hotel lobby, and there's only one receptionist guy. His name was John. I still remember that. And he was standing there in his little receptionist thing, and we had talked to him for a little bit in the morning, so we kind of knew him, but like, so he was watching us, making sure we didn't like die. And we were standing there waiting for the tour buses to leave, and we were finally like, you know what, this guy is this creepy guy who is very obviously on something. I don't know if it was meth, I don't know if it was bath salts, but this guy is he's just kind of like all hunched over, and he's kind of like I don't know, shuffling sideways, and he's like talking to himself, and he's like looking around, and he's got like he did not look good. He looked like a very sketchy person, and I did not want to be murdered that night. So we were like, you know what? He's getting kind of close. He is getting, like, he's coming towards where the doors were, kind of. And so we're like, yeah, we should probably go. Like, it's probably a good idea for us to leave. And as we turn around, we of course have to scan our key cards. And so we scan our room keys, and we walk in, and I kid you not. So the door, you know how sliding doors work. They slide open, you walk through, and then they slide shut. And it was the scariest moment of my whole life. I have never been so terrified, because we're walking in, we're about like 2-3 steps inside, and we hear this like bang, and this guy who is standing outside manages, I don't know how, but he manages to run inside to the foyer, because you can get through the first doors, but then the second doors are the ones that require the room key. And as the doors are sliding shut, this psycho man squeezes his way between these closing doors. Like he almost got like crushed, and he shoves his way through, and that was, I think, the bang. And my friend and I, we turn around, we jump backwards, and we're like, and I remember my heart just stopping and thinking, oh crap, we are going to die. This man is going to kill us, and we're gonna die. Like, we are not getting out of this. It is and this guy this druggie obviously didn't expect to get inside, because now that he's inside, he's kind of standing there like, and still kind of like muttering to himself, and like still twitching, and very, very terrifying person. And my friend and I were 2 little 15-year-old girls. We're the only people in the lobby, and we're standing face to face with this druggy, like coked up man. And there's only one little hotel receptionist standing there, and I swear, my friend and I, we just stood there, and it was like slow motion for a good, I don't know, 10-15 seconds, and we're all just standing there like, what is gonna happen now? And the thing that broke the silence was this druggy man lunges at us, like throws himself at us, and John jumps into action. He screams at the top of his lungs, go, run! And my friend and I have never run faster in my life. We book it across the lobby, down this hallway toward this convention center, and we ran at full speed, like I have never run faster. My heart is racing. We can hardly breathe. We're running, and we get around this corner and there's this elevator and we can hear screaming behind us, like thumping and like noise. And we are of course not gonna turn around and look to see what's happening because we don't want to die. And we are waiting for this stupid elevator. We're waiting, and we finally, it opens, we run inside, we go back up to our room, and we finally can breathe, and we look at each other and we're like, how are we still alive? How did we survive? Because we should be dead. That man was going to kill us. And I have never had anybody jump at me like that. I genuinely thought that he was going to kill us. If he had been like a foot closer, he would have grabbed us. And I don't know what he would have done. Probably like broken our neck or something, like eaten us. Who knows? This man. And so we're sitting up in our room. We're completely like dumbfounded that this just happened. And our window looks down over the lobby, and so we can see down there, and we're sitting there, and within maybe 10 minutes, 4 police cars come, and they're like racing down the road, and they come and they pull around, and they're underneath us so we can hardly see, but we counted 4 police cars. Why do you need 4 police cars for one person unless he's extremely dangerous? Tell me that. Like 4 police cars. And so we are still sitting there and we're waiting and we're watching, and it took maybe like 2 hours ish because we had like gotten ready for bed and we were about to get into bed, and we noticed the police cars finally driving away. And in the morning, we told my mom this story and she was horrified. And this poor hotel receptionist, we go down there, we're like checking out because we're gonna leave that day, and we go down there and we're like, okay, we need, like, do you know who John is? Because we knew his name, but he wasn't there anymore because like you don't stay after the night shift, you go back home and go to sleep. And we stopped at the receptionist desk and we're like, do you know a John? And she's like, oh yeah, I love John, like he's the best. And we're like, okay, I need you to write a note and thank John for literally saving our lives, because if it was not for him distracting this guy and like telling us to run, I don't know why he needed to tell us to run, but our brains were like paused at that point, like they were just like turned off. And so if John had not told us to run and been able to deal with this coked up man in the lobby, then we would probably be severely injured or dead or kidnapped or have some sort of disease. Like, I have no idea. And so I still, to this day, I still think about freaking John and how grateful I am to freaking John. Thank you for looking out for us, John. You were the greatest, and you are the reason that we are both still here today. And that, kids, is why you don't stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning in a bad part of town, in a city that you don't live in and you're not familiar with, and in close range to these creepy people, and don't let druggies into hotel lobbies, okay? Like, I think we probably, I don't remember who it was who actually opened the doors, but I remember feeling so guilty that, because I felt like we were the ones, like, it was our fault that he was in there, because, I mean, we let him in, but we didn't know he was gonna throw himself out the doors and shove his way through, like, no, I'm done, I'm not thinking about this anymore. It was an experience, you know? And luckily John was okay. The receptionist told us that. They had heard about the whole debacle last night, and the guy ended up being arrested and taken into custody. We didn't hear anything after that, but I hope that he's okay, and I hope that he got help. And I hope that he doesn't try to break into hotel lobbies anymore, because it was not fun, especially for two little 15-year-old girls. So comment down below if anything like this has ever happened to you guys. I want to hear your guys' stories. Like, have you ever had any experiences like this? Also, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you want some more story times, because I was seriously debating. I asked you guys on Instagram which one I should do, because it came down to those two, but like I have tons more. I have had some crazy experiences. Oh, also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, ashlynburn.s. Also on Snapchat, ashlynburn.s. And subscribe so that you can stay updated on all of my fun quarantine adventures. Yeah, if you want to call them fun. And click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I post a video. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Olaf just wants to say goodbye. Huh, bud? All right. See ya.